Paul Ryan. He gets called out right to his face.
Hey, look, I want Trump to succeed. You know who that sounds like? It sounds like a Democrat.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Democrat saying,
Well,
you know what?
Democrats sound like that.
Well, of course you want Trump to succeed. You're a Republican.
We disagree on trade and things like that. I'm not with trade fights on China, but
Right.
I'm not a big fan of all the tariffs on our allies, and I think it's important that Republicans stay unified.
Okay.
Paul Ryan, mega anti-Trumper and failed House leader, is now calling for unity after Trump won. That's funny because he wasn't very unifying during the election and the campaign, but now he gets called out right to his face, and it is enjoyable to watch. Glad to see it over on CNBC.
So now you're calling for unity.
I am calling for unity.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Would have been nice before the election.
Yeah.
He won. Look, he won.
And the other thing I thought was funny that you said was when you said, hey, look, I want Trump to succeed. You know who that sounds like? It sounds like a Democrat.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Democrat saying,
Well,
you know
I hope
what?
the Democrats sound like that.
Well, of course you want Trump to succeed. You're a Republican.
Here, look, I'm a conservative Republican. I'm a free market, limited
No,
government.
but you know what I'm saying? That's who I hear.
Yeah, but my
saying
brand of
things.
conservatism doesn't always overlap with Trump
I understand.
populism.
I understand, but it was binary. But you know we argued about that.
I know we
It was
argued. On and off the
binary
camera.
all along. It was always binary. And a vote not for Trump was a vote for Kamala Harris. Can you
Here's the point.
imagine?
I know
Can
you want to get back
imagine?
to this.
Huh?
Here's the point. A lot of this agenda, my kind of conservatism, Trump populism, it overlaps.
Okay.
We disagree on trade and things like that. I'm not with trade fights on China, but
Right.
I'm not a big fan of all the tariffs on our allies. But the point is, all this other stuff, the tax policy, the border policy, the deregulatory policy, very good for America, very
don't
good for the economy.
sacrifice the good for the
It only
perfect.
gets done
Don't
if
sacrifice
Republicans
the
stay
good for the
unified.
perfect.
And I think it's important that Republicans stay unified.
Okay.
Why weren't you unified with us back during the campaign? Why did losers like you and Mitt Romney, your BFF, why didn't you guys come out and campaign for Trump? By not supporting Trump, you were in effect supporting Kamala. So you're in effect Kamala supporters. So great job. Now you want to be a part of the game and be a part of the winning team? No. I don't know if Trump had him on his list on not hiring anybody who worked with this guy, but I hope he did. And it's a bummer what happened to Paul Ryan because he seemed like at his first upcoming that he might be competent and kind of help restore some semblance of sane spending in DC, but that never happened. In fact, he's turned out to be as bad as Mitt Romney. So he got obliterated. We had some other people get scolded to their faces too by a fun nominee from Trump called Scott Bessent. And he was there talking with White House and Bernie and delivering the ruckus in the Senate.
I would actually ask you personally to read this Economist magazine article. I don't think it's complicated.
No, Senator Whitehouse, you gave it to me in your office, and I did read it.
Good.
So
all right, so we're ahead of you. So I just want to make sure.
I will point out to my children behind me, doing your homework's important.
It is important, and thank you for doing that. I think you're the first person in a nominations hearing who's actually done the reading that has been proposed.
Read this Economist article, and then you'll know what's happening in our government. Okay, I read it. What else? Don't lecture me in the Senate White House. And you know, White House, I'm pretty sure, is still a part of a whites-only racist club in his home state. Pretty sure that's still happening. He doesn't like to talk about it, but I think that's true. Anyways, he apparently doesn't know what the hell's going on in the government unless he reads a magazine written from other people. So it's curious. You would imagine that senators would have more detailed information than to say, read this one article and it'll answer all your questions.